Hi my fellow Africans, welcome to your channel. Before I proceed my fellow, let us listen our beloved president in Africa.
Hakuna mtu atakaye kuja kukusaidia hata anakuja kukusaidia, wana interest zao. There's no free lunch, never. Kila lunch you have to pay for it. Sasa ni lazima sisi kama Watanzania tulijenge taifa kama Tanzania.
Thank you Mr. President. I hope my fellow Africans have heard from you that there's no free lunch in Africa. There's no free lunch. If you see some of the investors or some of people from a different part of the world coming in Africa, you must understand that they come for their own benefit. If we are waiting for them to help us, we are going to die, my fellow Africans. Africa, we have got a good president, President John Paul Magufuli, the one who told us the truth. If we are waiting for free lunch, my fellow, we are going to die with the hunger. So let us continue to listen to him.
It's so painful. Watakuja hapa watatuletea condition ya ajabu ajabu. Tatizo watu wetu hawataki kudecide. They can't decide. The answer is very simple. Na walifikiri nitakuwa part of them. Never. Not me. Ni mara 10 nisiwe rais, nikachunge hata nini, nikakae kijijini, kuliko kuwa rais alafu nivumilie uozo huu unaofanyika. Uwekezaji gani wa ovyo umekuja au mzuri? Nataka eyes on, hands off. Kuna wawekezaji wa ovyo mno wanaingia katika nchi hii. Mtu anaweza kadai anataka kuwekeza Mchuchuma, anakuambia unachuma tu, kumbe kuna titanium, madini ya very expensive. Anawekeza kula, anakuambia hakuna chochote, anataka akusanye mpaka na kodi. Mambo ya ovyo ovyo tu. Mtu anakuambia anakwenda Bagamoyo akawekeze kule, lakini huruhusiwi kuwekeza wewe tena mpaka Pangani. Na hati ile uisarende kwa miaka 99. Mambo ya ovyo. Wawekezaji tusifikiri kwamba ndio wamekuja kutusaidia. Ni lazima tuwe macho katika kila tunachotaka kumove.
I hope my fellow you have listened Mr. President very careful. So he said that some of the investors come to our continent, especially he talk about Tanzania, but I'm talking about Africa because Tanzania is in Africa. So the same things happening in Tanzania will happen in Kenya, and will happen in Nigeria, and so on in Africa. We have seen some of investors in various countries in Africa. So Mr. President told us or teach us that Africa must be careful with these investors. We have seen the investors are told that if they invest in somewhere, we as African, we cannot have a chance to invest again in that area. So even though they say that they can use those land for 99 years without we as African to use that land, even if they don't do anything, maybe they are reserving that land. We as African, if we have a problem or we want land for cultivation, we cannot use that land because we have signed some contract, poor contract, that that land will be used for 99 years. So we Africans, we are complaining about land. We are complaining, but the land is there reserved, or someone is using that land because we are signing poor contract. So we as Africans, we must wake up. We must review our contract. We have a lot of resources, but we must review our own contract with investors. Not every investors is come to Africa to help we as Africans.
Hakuna nchi duniani ambayo hairindi wakulima wake. Na ndio maana nchi za Ulaya kule zinatoa substitute kwa ajili substitute kwa wakulima wake. Sasa sisi hatuwezi tukakaa kimya wakulima wetu wananyanyaswa. Na ule kujenga tu ule ukuta ule umepoteza ajira kwenye nchi ya India zaidi ya 15,000 waliokuwa wanakaa kule na kupolish ile Tanzanite. Sisi tunataka hizo ajira zirudi Tanzania, waje wa polish hapa hapa. Nchi hii tukipeleka kwenye direction nzuri tutafika, tutafanikiwa vizuri kabisa. Lakini lazima Watanzania tuelewe kwamba hatuna baba, hatuna babu, hatuna shangazi atakayekuja kutusaidia. Nchi ni yetu na tutaijenga sisi.
This is wonderful. Okay, let us congratulate my fellow Tanzanians for electing Mr. John Paul Magufuli to be your president. He is a conscious president. He is a really Pan-Africanism. Within a short time, we have seen Tanzania of standard gauge. We have seen Tanzania of bombardiers, aeroplane. We have seen Tanzania of Boeing Dreamliners. We have seen Tanzania of flyovers. We have seen Tanzania of good roads. We have seen Tanzania of accountabilities. We have seen Tanzania, the level of corruption is going down. We have seen Tanzania, the people are working for their countries. We have seen Tanzania is lazy. So this president is a good leader. We must embrace them, and we must embrace him, and we must support him. Of course, we as Africans, I know there are some bad people who are maybe trying to sabotage some good things made in Tanzania, or some good things that are found in Tanzania or made by President John Paul Magufuli, but we don't care about them. We as African, we will support him. We love him because he is doing better, because our coming generation will see Africa of high development. He loves Africa. He loves Tanzania. So President talks more about many things in Africa, in Tanzania. He talks about bad or poor investors who comes to invest in our continent in terms of poor contract and so on. He talks about natural resources. We Africans, we have a lot of natural resources. It talks about self-confidence. So we Africa, we lose our confidence. Maybe if you see the white one, we fear, or we are not capable to overcome their agendas. Also, Mr. President talks about decision. In my previous video, I talked about decision. We Africa, we failed to do some decisions. We didn't decide at a right time. We failed to decide. So, whole in whole, we want the presidents of Africans to be like John Paul Magufuli. You see, if all presidents follow the same trend, we have seen President Kagame is doing better, President Museveni or the same, and so on. So many presidents in Africa are doing better, but they must increase their stability. You know, sometimes if you are poor, you feel bad to maybe to told your investors you are investing in bad situation. So for instance, we have seen China, when the Chinese come in Africa, they come with the drivers, they come with their cookers. So even cooking, we Africa, we can cook our own, but they come with their cookers, they come with their drivers, so that everything they do themselves, but they are in our own land. So I think we need the president like John Paul Magufuli. Let us come back in the natural resources. Mr. President has told about the natural resources. You know, some of investors are very, very, very technical. They come, they say they want to invest in maybe in gold, but remember that in that place where they found the gold, there's other minerals. So they behave as they are taking they are taking only maybe gold, but behind the scenes they take another minerals. We have seen in Tanzania when the Mr. President stop the transportation of soils. Why they take soil when from Tanzania to abroad? Why they take soil? Inside the soil there's some minerals. They take those minerals, they say this is a soil, but actually is not a soil. That is the minerals. But our people, because they fail to decide, they see the situation and they still silent. They didn't talk anything. So we lost many things. We lost our revenues. We lost the taxes. We lost our natural resources. Just remember, this natural resources will not remain all over the year or whole in the whole time. No, they will. There's a time where these natural resources will disappear. So we must uh, extract and harvest these things at a careful manner. So we as Africans, we must think about our coming generation and so on, so that to benefit our own. Another thing is decision. I have talked more about a decision. We must make a good decision. We have seen Mr. President has made a decision. He stop importation of, I mean exportation of soil which contains a lot of minerals. He stop that. He stop some of embezzlement in public office. We must do some decision. We want a good Africa. Okay, let us conclude on self-confidence. So the colonial laws which divide Africa uh, make sure that we Africa must use foreign language. If maybe investors come from US and come in maybe South Africa or Tanzania, he will not speak a local language. He will speak English. So many of us, English is a second language. Is not our mother tongue. So English is the learning language. So we differ to speak English the same as someone in America or in UK, and even some of the terminology we don't understand very well. So when they come, they use their own language. So if they speak maybe frequently for 10 minutes, we Africans, because this is our second language, some of the point we didn't understand, so we lose our confidence. That's why I think to gain this self-confidence, those who comes in our country must use our language. Maybe if you want to invest, we must sit at one table. We must speak our language, because you come to our country, you come at my home. You will not force me to use your things. You must use my things because you are at my home place. So to gain our self-confidence, we must use our own things. We must use our common language. We must use our currencies. That's why maybe if we want to invest, they exchange money into dollars. You see, but they cannot use the local currency. Some use dollars, some use euros. You can never use somebody using naira or rand of South Africa or shillings of Tanzania or Kenya. Why? You are investing in Tanzania, you are investing in Kenya, you are investing in Uganda. You must use the currency of Uganda. You must use the language of Uganda. Nowadays we've seen the Chinese as coming with their language center in order to overcome these challenges. So we must wake up. We want a good Africa. I thank Mr. President. He is very conscious. He told us the truth. So we as African, we must congratulate and we must re-energize ourselves so that to take over our continent and to increase our economical level and to increase employment for our people and so on, to improve our life and to use our natural resources for benefits and for incoming generation. Thank you for those who are subscribed. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. That is my opinion. You can comment, you can give likes, yeah, and so on. You can share our videos so as many Africans can get this information. I appreciate your contribution. I appreciate you taking the time to listen and watch this video. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. God may bless you.